Good morning, everyone. So today we are going to look for the presentation at some vegan recipes. Some of those I eat quite regularly, and they are very easy to do, very easy to prepare, and really quite delicious. They're so simple. I'm not sure they can even be given like the term recipe. They're quite trivial, but sometimes trivial and easy are exactly what we need. We don't need to complicate too much. So I eat quite simply. I eat quite a lot of raw uh, vegan food. I eat quite a lot of fruits, especially in forms of smoothies, which I really adore. And yeah, there are so much variety in plant-based or vegan recipes. One can be very creative in all sorts of way. And yeah, so let's explore a little bit that aspect of the vegan lifestyle. That these vegan recipes. There are many sites that provide wonderful recipes, vegan recipes, like Rainbow Plant Life is wonderful by a vegan plant-based Indian woman, a lovely Indian woman, and yeah, she's quite funny. She's preparing food often for her lovely parents, and yeah, it's just a wonderful channel that has quite a lot of subscribers, 1.5 million subscribers. So it's quite popular, which is wonderful. There's another one which is Pick Up Limes, which is wonderful as well. By by another lovely woman. Well, both of them are with their either boyfriend or husband working together, and yeah, and I think she has something like 4 million subscribers, which is again amazing. And yeah, again, wonderful recipes and very nutritious. And there are many others. If one is interested in raw food, then there is, for example, there are also many, but one of them is Lisa Raw Food Romance, which is wonderful. And depends on the style. And then there's the whole food plant-based cooking show for those who are more into the whole food way of eating, vegan diet. And yeah, the whole food is a lot about what is called the SOS free, so like no salt, oil, or sugar. For one can use like natural versions of it, like for example dates. Dates is a natural sugar and very nutritious. Yeah, so many sites. Just if one just look for vegan recipes, one is bound to find quite a lot of them. I have in my channel recommended channel list some of them, which I really like, but there are of course a lot more. So let's dive in. So yeah, so sometimes the simplest one, the best recipes are the one like just with the simplest ingredients. So those are like one of my staple salad. It's extremely simple, just like fresh tomatoes, cucumbers, any type of onions, colorful like bell peppers, can be any color, some piment like chili or yeah, that is quite nice to have. And then sea salt, black pepper, Himalayan salt, and some good cold pressed olive oil, and just mix them all together. And when I can, I like very much to add like salads, um, like lettuce, any type of salad, but usually the milder ones I use, um, like head of romaine or those types. And then I also often add dressings like tahini. I love tahini. And if I have other at hand, then it can also be added like hummus um, or anything else. There are many dressings that one can also prepare by oneself, which are which taste really good. And tahini is one of the easiest to prepare. We're going just to talk about it just afterwards. But yeah, so this is like really the base salad. And of course, one can also add other food, not necessarily raw, like potatoes, sweet potatoes, or anything that one enjoys. I enjoy very much potatoes. So yeah, and then there's many variants. So like tahini, indeed. If some of you do not yet know this, I would encourage you to just give it a try. So tahini is sesame seeds, like crushed sesame seeds. That one then adds, so it's like there's a 1 tablespoon of tahini with 2 tablespoons of water, like a little bit of lime or citrus, like lemon, and salt and pepper, whatever one wish, and then maybe a little bit of maple syrup. Then mix it all up, and this is such a wonderful and easy to make dressing in just a couple of minutes. And of course, one can add fresh herb if one has. That is also wonderful, especially if one grows them themselves. And yeah, and then you can also add seeds like pumpkins or sesame seeds or sunflower seeds or nuts if you are not allergic to nuts. And yeah, tahini is one of those dressing that is kind of essential for to know, at least for plant-based eaters. It is a staple, of course, in the Middle Eastern traditions, Middle Eastern cuisine. It's used quite a lot, like for example, falafel and tahini often, and falafel often comes with tahini or hummus, and it's a perfect mix. And yeah, so falafel is also a wonderful plant-based ingredient, or not really ingredient, but preparation. But tahini is really just basically one ingredient, like just sesame seed, crushed sesame seed. Of course, there are different qualities of tahini. Some can be quite runny, and others are more like solid. I like the more runny type. And it's quite easy to make a wonderful dressings out of it. So one usually will not eat it just by itself. So tahini usually is, I think, almost always mixed with lime or lemon and with water, just until one gets the perfect consistency. So it's not too liquid, not too strong, not too the inverse of liquid. And yeah, and it's basically has one wishes. For some preparation can be good to have really runny dressings, and for other recipes it may be a bit more consistent. But in all cases, tahini is awesome. Then one can prepare smoothies. Either smoothie completely like a smoothie liquid kind of, or a smoothie balls, which is more consistent, and one adds like fresh fruits usually, and one can use also add the nuts and seeds, granola. One can add chocolates, anything that one can like and be creative with. So usually I add maybe 2 or 3 frozen bananas. Of course, one needs to peel them before freezing, otherwise it would be a bit of a mess. One fresh banana, and then about 1 cup of any fruit that is not frozen. So I love dragon fruits, so I use them quite often. Just one whole dragon fruits I add to my smoothie. But also mangoes. I love mangoes, but basically I love any fruits. And then some water, and or some plant-based milk of your choice. And then an option like just a drop of vanilla for some extra flavor. And and then I mean the secret in all this is really frozen bananas. They are the ingredient that makes it all very smooth and very like ice cream like style and consistency. So one just puts all those together. I mean, maybe a bit more than a splash of water. So one should. It depends what kind of fruits one add. For example, dragon fruit is there's a lot of water contact in it. So one will not need a lot of water, but maybe other fruits like mango, maybe they need a bit more. But in any case, maybe I don't know how much. Maybe 20 centiliters of water or 10, depends, just to try it out. And yeah, just basically blend it all together with a good blender that can handle frozen ingredients. And yeah, then it just for maybe a minute or two, and it comes up absolutely wonderful. Then one can pour it out in a bowl and add again all the fresh fruits if you want wish a smoothie bowl rather than just a smoothie cup. And it's very nourishing, it's very fulfilling, and it's very nutritious and quite a lot of calories too. I don't remember how much one banana is, but I think it's quite caloric in the good sense. One should not be afraid of it. One will not really gain weight out of it. It's more about nutrition, but calories are also important to feel fulfilled. I think one banana maybe something like 80, 100 calories, kilocalories. which is awesome. So one such smoothie will be, it's like a complete meal, almost, maybe in the morning. So yeah, that's one of my go-to recipe. And I drink it maybe not every day, but almost, especially with a dragon fruit. So I combine dragon fruit and some frozen bananas, one fresh banana, so that it blends better. Then water and vanilla I don't add very often, but sometimes. And yeah, and the color is wonderful. It's like a purple color, and it tastes like chewing gum, basically. Yeah, so I'd suggest to try it out with your favorite fruits. It's just like a formula, so it's a basic formula that one can adapt as one wish. The only one that maybe should be there are like if one wants the consistency of an ice cream, are the frozen bananas, and one should really freeze them when they are very ripe. So not when they are green or yellow, but they must have spots, like black spots on them. Um, the more, the better. Of course, before they run bad. I mean, not too much. It's like there's like a kind of balance, but they should have like black spots on them. That means they are ripe, and then one can peel them and freeze them, and then they will taste sweeter because any fruit that is ripe tastes more sweet. And yes, so there are many types of, I mean, many variants of smoothies that one can just be creative with and try it out. In all cases, whatever one tries, one is sure that it will not taste bad because fruits, I mean, they should be ripe fruits, of course, but fruits, they taste just wonderful. So just how creative one can be. And another ingredient that can be also used is medjool. I mean, like a bitter date, but medjool are like the big dates, very sweet. But there are many other dates as well, and they taste like caramel, and they add a lovely sweetness to the smoothie. But at the same time, it's not necessarily required because smoothies are already sweet. So it's adding like a kind of different kind of sweetness, specific taste. So to try out and see if one likes it or not. It can be quite tasty as well. And of course, one can also add chocolate with cacao powder that tastes like a dessert. Also, it may take some tests to find the correct balance. Yeah, and then just try it out. In the plant-based milk, there are many plant-based milks, but oat milk is quite like neutral in taste, I would say. So it's quite good if one doesn't want to taste too much the milk. But one can also try it out almond milk, and then it tastes a little bit of almonds. Or soya milk is also quite neutral. And often also they add vanilla to it. So there's like vanilla oat milk or vanilla soya milk or vanilla anything. And they also add like extra nutritions, vitamins like vitamin B12 in those, which is wonderful. Then there's also pasta, which is really lovely. One can prepare in so many ways. One can just prepare cook the pasta, and then on the side cook a kind of sauce to go with it. So yeah, one can be very creative. One can use, of course, pre-made sauces. Usually they are made of tomatoes, but it's not necessarily the case. Other sauces can be wonderful as well. Even tahini can work quite well. And yeah, it's so fast to make. Only easy ingredients, and tastes like Italy. And then one can also, of course, stir fry veggies. And one can add as protein many different types, like tofu is wonderful, seitan or tempeh. One can try out all those three, see how one likes them. And yeah, but one should just learn a little bit how tofu can taste even, how to make good tofu. There's one lovely video by The Lazy Vegan. I think it's one of her most popular video that she explains how she makes tofu. And I tried it a couple of times, and it really works quite well. It's very easy to do. One just need some more ingredients. So there was soya, and then there was another, I forgot the name, but one can find it easily in the store. And then it's like create a very tasty food. And I tried her technique also on other types, not only tofu. Like I tried it, I think on also seitan. It also works well. Basically, another thing that also worked very well. So that technique basically works for many different types of such preparations. And yeah, then this is just a stir fry, so basic ingredients coming together very easily and very fast. And yeah, one can use, of course, chickpeas, either cooked or one that one made oneself, which is also quite easy. And usually one adds some soya sauce or tamari, and yeah, so this is a lovely way of lovely meal, and very fast to make. Then there are the veggie wraps. One can make in many different ways. One can use like tortilla for the wrap. One can use collard green. So those are big green leaves that one can then come together. Often, I think in Asian cuisine they do quite a lot of such wraps, and also with rice papers. It's wonderful, especially rice papers for Asian cuisine. And then one can dip it in some mixture of sauce, could be like a soya paste, for example. And it's wonderful, and one can fill them in with anything that one enjoys, like veggies. And of course, some dressings, either hummus, tahini, or avocados. Avocados are also wonderful. Sometimes I add them also to my salads. Avocados, I really love them. Only problem is, as many of the avocado lovers know, they need to be neither too ripe nor too strong. And as soon as they are ripe, one should eat them like immediately. Otherwise, even 1 or 2 days, and then they turn dark. So avocado is quite tricky. But if one just buy them strong, then they will quite rapidly become ready to eat. One just needs a very small, if one can squish them just a little bit, just very little bit, and if it gives, then that means they are ripe. But one should not do it too much, because wherever one squeezes, then it turns black if one doesn't eat them afterwards. So avocado is tricky, but it's a wonderful. I love it. Of course, avocado usually one eats it like in how do you call it, guacamole. Guacamole is wonderful, where you mix avocado with usually in traditional it's red onions, and then some lime or lemon, then mix it up, and that's it. And then one can also add other things to it, like peppers or whatever one likes. And one can add also fresh herbs, of course, to the veggie wraps or to the salads, or sprouts also, which are also a wonderful addition to any meal. So this is just a very easy vegan, wholesome food. Then there's the desserts that one can prepare very easily. So just fresh fruits is wonderful. Fresh fruits, just one cuts just fresh fruits, and then maybe show it in a beautiful way, just for presentation, and then one can enjoy it quite guilt-free, I would say. There is also the like dates and nuts can be wonderful. So easy to mix them. So one wonderful idea that I saw by very, very, very long time ago on a video was just to fill dates with some kind of nuts. I mean nut butter, like almond, and it tastes like heaven, basically. Just dates with some nut butter, which is so fill the dates inside with the nut butter, and then just enjoy it as it is, just basically 2 ingredients. And of course, one can also be creative with it, but it tastes amazing. Then there's what is called the nice cream, banana ice cream, where one blends just bananas, basically. That's all, just bananas. Usually they are frozen bananas. For that, if one does only bananas, then of course one needs a good blender, like Vitamix, and that one can use the tamper to push the ingredients down. Otherwise, it's very hard to make with just a normal blender that doesn't have a tamper. But there are also other ways to create banana ice cream. For example, in using a tool to make them extremely easily. One that I have is the Nama. So I have the Nama juicer, but it also has the soft serve or cream on, like ice cream addition to it, and it's as easy as putting the frozen not only bananas, anything basically. I mean frozen fruits in the, like there's a big container, and then just put them in, then start it, and one can walk away, and automatically it will give the best ice cream one can ever think, which really perfect consistency of an ice cream. in just basically seconds or minutes. So this may be one of the best appliance to create nice creams, because one doesn't even need any any water at all. It's pure frozen fruits. Put it in the machine, and then start it, and then when you come back, you have an amazing ice cream. But a special ice cream, because this one is the most nutritious and tasty. And one can be creative, of course. Put chocolates or berries or any combination. And one can also just use apple slices with some nut butter and maybe some maple syrup and dates. And one can also combine it in a mixer, and it will really be wonderful. Or just eat it as it is. So so those are like some desserts ideas that one can try, and they are all basically vegan. So we don't need the milk to create ice creams. We can ditch the animal milk for plant-based milk, and it will taste just amazing, and without the issues with the animal's milk, both health and ethical. So food as an act of love, basically. We eat food that is both nourishing, tasty, and ethical. The most ethical way to eat for the planet, for the animals, and just for inner peace. So we don't need the animals to. We don't need their flesh or their secretions to really enjoy food. We don't need the eggs or the animal's milk. Those are very. There's no ethical really eggs, no ethical milk. It just doesn't exist nowadays, at least. And in the past, it may have been. I don't know if ethical, but at least it was not as it is today. But today, if we start to look at how those are so-called produced, there's nothing ethical about them. It just doesn't exist. And for so many reasons, but this maybe we'll discuss in a later presentation. But this is not the goal here. Just presented some wonderful recipes that one can try any time of the day. I'm sure most people have those at home already. Most of those ingredients. The only thing is just to ditch the animal meat and secretions. And the meat, it's so easy to replace it with tofu, tempeh, or seitan, or even nut meats, nut-based meats, which are amazing, and other types of so-called plant-based meats. One can be very creative, and often one hears this concept of junk vegan food, but I do not quite agree with it. Like the plant-based meats, usually they are quite actually simple. If one looks at the ingredients at the supermarket, they don't have a lot of ingredients, and they are quite wholesome actually. I would not say that one should eat them like all the time, but there's nothing wrong with them per se, and they are infinitely more ethical than animal-based meat, and they are very tasty, and yeah, they good. They do good to the animals, the planet, and for inner peace. So yeah, so we don't need perfection. We don't need complexity. Just plants and presence, compassion, and a little bit of savoir-faire to prepare some wonderful food for everyone, for yourself, for your family, for friends, and who knows, maybe to open a restaurant, a vegan restaurants. The more, the better. So yeah, so that was the presentation for today. Hope you got something out of it. Maybe some ideas for recipes, even though, as I said, I'm not sure one can call them recipes. They are just common sense, one could say. But when one starts, maybe one doesn't really know what to prepare. So yeah, some ideas, and also what I eat. So what it could be said like what I eat in a day. This is not everything that I presented, but many things here are what I eat almost every day. Like salads, I eat almost every day. I eat often I eat potatoes with something or even on their own. I mean, prepared, cooked, of course, in different ways. I love roasted potatoes, and also sweet potatoes are amazing. If one has an air fryer, then it can be even much easier and different way of preparing. But yes, so thank you for listening. Let's pass to our practice of the day. So let's start now the actual practice. So as always, we will start with the morning prayer. That's the first thing to do, I would say. When one wakes up, just to bring our mind in the right frame of the right frame, and it's an easy way to do that. Just to have something good intentions for every being, and yeah, and one of the best one for universal compassion would be the Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu mantra, which is really embodies all that compassion is supposed to be in a very simple formula. But one can, of course, be creative, and one can create one's own prayers, of course. That may be even better. But let's start with that. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will show gratitude for my many blessings. And just for today, I will be kind to all living beings. May today be a joyful, peaceful, blissful, and magical day. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy and free. And may our thoughts, words, and deeds contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace to all of nature, peace to all living beings, to all humans, to all animals, and finally peace to ourselves, to our own mind. Um, so after the prayer, we go to the gratitude um, practice. Just being grateful, just a couple of minutes of being grateful to anything and everyone that has blessed our lives, that made our life easier and more colorful and more happy. Um, so that's why gratefulness is a great practice to do in the morning after waking up. One will feel more better, like thinking about every day, like how blessed we are to have what we have. Most of us, um, we have so much to be grateful for, and this is a reminder. So I believe every day we should be um, grateful for, like, some grateful practice. Yeah, to remind us of that, and not to forget that we are not alone in this world. We have a lot to thank other people and also ourselves. We need to thank ourselves too. We can be grateful to ourselves for many things, for like doing like the right thing, for example, like learning. And if we do the wrong thing, then at least we should learn from the wrong things. So maybe be grateful that we learned our lesson. Grateful that maybe we are kind and compassionate, that we meditate, and that we are hard workers, etc. So we can also be grateful to our own beings, and then to everyone else. So teachers, nature, mountains, sea, oceans, all creatures are included. So let's do that for a couple of minutes. Okay, so after the prayer and gratefulness short session, then we can do a little bit of physical exercise. Um, so okay, so again, like before, we do something. Um, for those who looked at the previous videos, it is very similar all the time. Just maybe some twist, but nothing much. So just inhale forward, exhale back. So it's called the Sophie rolls. And the other way around. Then inhale, exhale turn to one side. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, turn a bit more. Inhale back. Exhale the other side. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, turn a bit more. Inhale, come back. Now one hand on the mat and then one hand up and just turn a bit. Take a couple of breaths. And the other side. And come back. Then a big bear. So inhale. Exhale round. Inhale. Exhale. Then hands on the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Then the other way. Then come back. Then just make some movement with the hands. Extend the legs and stretch them a bit. Then bring your hands in diamond shape. Like that. And then just fold forward very, very slowly. Do not push. Let gravity do its work. And slowly come back. Okay, so now we move to next part of the practice. So next part is relaxation, and then again for just 3 more sessions we will do the 31 points of relaxation, which is a very good practice, very easy to do. And it's just focusing on 31 points on the body as much as possible. I mean, not strongly, but just put your attention on those points, and trying to really avoid the mind wandering around. So we do it twice, once together and once by yourself, like before. And yeah, let's do that. So as always find a comfortable position, sit on a cushion or in a chair, and just relax your body. Relax your shoulders, your neck, back of the head, top of the head, your face. Relax your arms and your legs, your hips. Relax your back, front, your jaw. Just relax and take a couple of deep breaths. And now let's start. So bring all your attention to the space between the eyebrows. To the pit of the throat, the right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, tip of the right thumb, tip of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, pit of the throat, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, tip of the left thumb, tip of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, pit of the throat, the center of the chest, the right chest, center of the chest, the left chest, and center of the chest, and relax. Now do it once on your own. and slowly open your eyes. So, okay, so now we did the relaxation, and we are going to pass to our pranayama session or part. But before that, let's take 5 minutes break. Okay, so let's move to the pranayama part. So, before, we do the same thing. So first, we breathe in for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds. As always, we try to make our breath as silent as possible, smooth, diaphragmatic, and without pauses. And unless there is some medical condition, always breathe in and out from the nose. Yeah, so let's do that. Just breathe in 4 seconds, breathe out 4 seconds. In the beginning, we can count just to know the more or less how it should be. And then after some time, you just don't count, you just breathe in and out, like naturally. Knowing how much more or less 4 seconds in and out is. So let's do that. And slowly open your eyes. So now we pass to the breathing in for 3 seconds, breathing out for 6 seconds. And if that is too much, just to breathe in for 2 and breathe out for 4. And yeah, it should be very natural, no straining of any sort. And same thing as before, always breath should be very smooth, diaphragmatic, without like jerks or pauses, and no pauses between inhalation, exhalation, and exhalation, inhalation. And breathing in from the nose as much as possible. So let's do that. and slowly open your eyes. So that is that part. Now we're going to do the alternate nostril breathing. As always, using the Vishnu mudra. Bend the index and middle. Use the thumb and ring to block the appropriate nostrils depending on the pattern. We are going to do the second pattern today. So it is, imagine we are blocking the right, we exhale left, inhale left, switch, exhale, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale. In total, there are always 6 exhalation and 6 inhalations. And yeah, so basically it's a very easy pattern. So they use to balance the right and the left energy centers. So we're going to do it once together, one round, and then you're going to do it for 3 rounds. Each round starts on the opposite nostril. So first round, imagine you start from the left, then you do this, then on the second round on the right, then on the third round you start from again from the left. Yeah, that's it. So let's do it together. Inhale, exhale, inhale to start. Block right, exhale from left. Inhale left, switch, exhale. Inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale, switch, exhale. And inhale. And relax. Between each round we can do 10 to 15 seconds pause just to relax. One nostril will often be blocked or more blocked than the other. That is fine. It will not be completely blocked usually. And yeah, always remember this, that we always start with the exhalation and we end with the inhalation. So let's do 3 rounds and then you're on your own. Starting now. and slowly open your eyes. So now let's move to our last pranayama exercise, which is the Brahmari or bee humming exercise. Just closing the mouth and like uttering the sound. So it's like inhale and until you cannot anymore. Then you breathe in and then continue. So let's do that for a couple of minutes. It's very, very calming to the nervous system. So it's a good thing to do before meditation. And relax. So now we move to the next part, which is the self-dialogue, where we talk with ourselves in a positive, constructive way. Just a rapid recap, we can have prayer, gratefulness, affirmations. We could have higher truths, contemplation, like who am I? We can have self-counseling, like what do I want? What are my goals, my aspirations, how to get there? And then we can have friendship with mind, just to be a friend with the mind. Have a lovely chat with the mind, as if our mind is our best friend. So let's do that for about 12 minutes. So try to find a comfortable sitting position. Contrary to meditation, we can move a little bit. This is more about self-dialogue, but it is best to avoid, in any case, moving at least too much. So let's start now. So this concludes our chat dialogue part of it. So okay, let's have 5 minutes break and then we start our meditation part. So let's start our meditation session. So today we will do 4 times 3 minutes. So it's many times a small duration just to get used to meditate with like full concentration. So when the duration is small, we can try to focus a bit more, a bit easier. And yeah, so that's why it's a good idea to do it. And then it also, if one is not used to meditate, then 3 minutes is a good start. And in these 3 minutes, but even if one is a really experienced meditator, even then 3 minutes can be very useful. Just trying to make these 3 minutes like the best 3 minutes of one's life, meditation wise. So to meditate as best as possible, just focus like 100% on the object of concentration, which in our case is going to be the breath. So notice the effect, the sensations of the breath on the nostrils, in the nostrils. One can also focus on the cold hot air. When one breathe in, it will be cold, and breathe out will be hotter. Or on the sensations of the air, like on the lips, maybe. Maybe that you feel better. Whatever you feel where the air goes, where you feel it, that is a good concentration object. If you don't know where you feel really, you can breathe in and out just a couple of times forcefully, like so that you see where does the air really feels most for you, for your own physiognomy. So let's do that. Every time we start, I will ring the bell, and when we end, I will ring the bell, so then it is clear. So let's do that. And of course, like always in meditation, when we have thoughts that come, and they will come, then we just try to ignore them. Just let them be like clouds, not suppressing them, but just ignoring them. Let them be just like something that comes in and out, like guests in maybe in a hotel. They come and they go, but we don't focus on each one. Just they come, go, they do what they wish, but that is their story. So and then to begin with, a good idea is to count like from 1 to 5 and then back to 1. Every time we inhale, exhale, then 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, then 1 again. Or in, out, thinking like in, and when we inhale, and out when we exhale. When we have a thought, it's a good idea to thinking, like the word thinking, just to kind of block, like cut the train of thoughts, and then go back to mindfully to our meditation, to our object of concentration. Avoid any kind of thoughts, be it good or bad. Don't follow any. Don't start to plan your day. Don't think about your past or your future. It's only the present that counts for now, because that's the meditation. So let's do that. So we start with 3 minutes meditation. So take just 30 seconds to a minute just to relax. And we're going to do it 3 more times afterwards. Okay, so let's practice again for 3 minutes. So relax a bit. And let's start again. 3 minutes. Now prepare for the last 3 minutes. And let's go. So that concludes the 3 minutes series. And now we're going to move to the 4 minutes. So again, same thing, just at a bit longer, so maybe a bit harder to concentrate. But at least with longer time, then we have more time to settle down. So yeah, so let's try for 4 minutes now. Okay, just relax a little bit for 30 seconds to a minute. And let's go for the second round. And now prepare for the last 4 minutes. And let's start now. Let's move to the 2 times 6 minutes meditations. So feel free to stretch your legs, get up, um, maybe, do whatever is needed to stretch. And get ready for the 6 minutes meditation. relax a bit. And we're going to soon start the last 6 minutes. Okay, get ready. Start now. So that concludes the 6 minutes meditation. Let's take 5 minutes break, and then we do our final 9 minutes meditation. So, let's do our final 9 minutes meditation. So that concludes the practice for today. So for recap, what we talked about in the presentation was some very easy recipes, meals, ideas that one can prepare. I mean, they are really very extremely easy. I mean, a bit embarrassing to call those recipes, but they're like good ingredients put together very easily. Some of the highlights are like tahini, which is a great tradition. Then all the tofu, tempeh, seitan is amazing as like meat substitutes, or nut meats. Nut meats, I mean, so burgers made out of nuts and seeds. They are also wonderful. Or black beans. Yeah, you can do quite a lot with easy ingredients. And then, yeah, it was a usual practice, and we did 4 times 3 minutes, 3 times 4 minutes, 2 times 6 minutes, and 1 times 9 minutes practice, which is an interesting way of practicing. Maybe not always, but from time to time, to give one a sense of different timings and durations, how one feels, and different how is the concentration fluctuating with the durations of the practice. Yeah, so let's now from now on end all our sessions with the Loka Semester Sukina Bhavan 2 mantra, so that we end it on a good note, as kindness to all beings. So, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all the beings in all the world be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and deeds contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace to all of nature, peace to all living beings, to all humans, to all animals, to all insects, to all fish, to all ocean creatures. And peace to ourselves, to our own mind. Thank you. Wishing you a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. The best of wishes, and hope to see you soon. And yeah, bye bye.